4 prisoners just escaped from prison, but boarded a leaky boat. The seawater ingress would cause the ship to sink quickly. David offered to throw injured Tom overboard to lighten the boat. The men refused, but David kept pushing and shoving Tom. Tom fought back and eventually pushed David overboard to lighten the boat's weight. However, a storm came up and the boat was almost destroyed. Luckily, they were rescued by the natives nearby. As they prepared to leave, their prison uniforms revealed their identities. The natives had secretly called the police. The men turned around and ran back to rescue the injured Tom, but they were slowed down. They were caught by the guards. This is the second time the man has failed to escape. Then he was put in the solitary confinement cell. It's a dark place. A monthly haircut was the only chance for human interaction, but his behavior was bizarre. The warden thought he was insane. They transferred him to the prison of Alcatraz. It's an island surrounded by sea. No one could escape. That's where he met Tom. Tom had been living on the island for 5 years. He's used to being alone, and spent his time painting. And the man spent his days on the edge of a cliff thinking about how to escape. One day, the man suddenly woke Tom up and said, he's got a plan to escape. He realized that the waves crashing against the cliffs would push them out to sea. If they jumped at the right time, they could avoid the wall. The 2 men began gathering supplies from the island to make a simple float. They were going to use it to escape Alcatraz. After making the float, they stood on the beach. Tom had given up his desire to be free after 5 years of torture. He told the men that he had decided to stay, and let him take his freedom with him. But the man was tortured in prison for 7 years. It was his desire for freedom that kept him alive. The 2 men had different beliefs. Then they shook hands and said goodbye. The man leapt into the sea. Tom watched silently as the man disappeared into the waves and turned away. The man swam toward the far shore with both of them free.